Let's see who rolls in here. Just going live, having some fun this morning. Hey, Christina James. How it goes? Are you at work today or just hanging out on Saturday morning with the family and all the gang? Glad you're here, though, no matter what. Put these to the side, put this away. I'm just tinkering around this morning and thought, let's go live again. I like that. Live during the day, in and out kind of thing. Oh, fun. A lot of fun. Hanging out today. Very nice. My trip was fabulous. California's, just sadly, it's California, but the weather is phenomenal. And the food is really good, of course, because there's so many people. I had some chicken satay and pineapple fried rice from one of my favorite little Thai places down there in Dana Point. I don't know why this place is there because they're super high end and in a super high end area. I'm not sure how they afford it, but the food was pretty reasonably priced. Okay, so what I'm doing today, this morning, just to get rolling, is just preparing today. I got some stuff on the lathe. Let me focus over on the bench there. I love pineapple fried rice. They put cashews in it, and it's just a nice saffron fried rice. It's not like Chinese fried rice, which is a little bit different, I think. I'm not an expert on those. I just know what I like. Let's pop over to here to the workbench there where I'm messing around this morning. Got some stuff on the lathe. We'll turn that in a minute, but I got to put some epoxy together for these guys here. And after it cures, turn a few pens. Then we'll trim those up and we'll turn those to make ink pens. So they got the pineapple, the saffron rice, the chicken, and the, what do you call it? Cashews. Love that stuff. The cashews are nice and soft because they're sitting in all the hot, steamy rice. It's sort of like a yellow rice kind of deal. Okay, let me get some gloves on here. We're going to make a mess. Hello, all you two people out there. Just me and Christina hanging out. Thought we might be seeing Diamonds 406. She's up there in Montana. She was here last week when I went live, and we had a good time. We were working on some pens for her here pretty soon. Got to get a whole bunch done today and tomorrow morning because tomorrow afternoon I'm going to Texas for a day. We hired some new guy at my company. We all want to go meeting, and he's like a big dude, so we're all going to go down there, say howdy, and have some lunch and stuff. Okay, here's those. This is going to be a princess pen. This is Worthless Wood by Dan Pompey. It's got some not worthless wood, beautiful wood there. It would be great chatoyance, and it's got this purple kind of prismatic thing going on there. And then this one here it's got some gold tones in there with some purple and I guess white. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's get the tubes. The tubes over here. So those tubes go there. These tubes go there. Yeah, it's if you love purple, I do. That's a good looking purple. And Dan at Rapture Resins, he does just a phenomenal job. These Saturdays and Sundays are fun. I like going live on these days. It's just sort of tinkering in the shop. It's not just cranking out the pens, in the lives and stuff. It's just having fun and yakking. And I don't know why we can't do the same there. It seems like a whole different vibe, right? So I take this wax here, and the whole key is to fill the end of that with wax so that the clean out is easier after we epoxy them in. And it makes my job a little bit easier. And we streaming to Twitch right now too. Yes, ma'am. I agree. I agree. I learned this trick off of some other channel. I'm like, wow, that is genius. So I went and found sheets of wax on Amazon. So look at this. There's just there's a whole bunch of them in here. Come on out. Don't be shy. But you get a whole box of these little wax sheets. And man, wax makes it so much easier. Okay, those are all waxed up. Expected Denise to tune in. She's down there in the Florida, probably working at the gun shop today. That was one yesterday. All right, now I'm going to put these tubes behind the blank so they don't roll into the epoxy as I mix it up. Let's get that super glue there. Let's get the these are getting low. Been making a lot of ink pens lately. We only have about 5 minutes, and that's about 5 minutes worth of epoxy right there. Let that flow down. Make sure I got the right amount before I mix them all together. There's not much left in that sucker. All right, we'll call that one officially dead. Let's, this has got a little bit more in it. Let's just put it all on there. We'll mix it all up. Then we'll break out the new tubes. All right, that one's dead. Hello, Denise. Yeah, we just went live just a few minutes ago. I figured you would pop in. I was thinking about you. I figured you're in a gun shop today. Let's see, where's my other... Oh, there it is. I got it hanging right near the holders here, right inside here. There we go. So we got some new ones here. Hope you're doing well, Denise. Okay, now, first thing we got to do is cut the tops off these bad boys. There we go. Here's that one. That one is now cut off. And I got to get deeper down into this one there because there's still some liquid in that holder that I see pop out. I'm going to get a paper towel. Yeah, and you didn't miss much, Denise. Just Christina and I here. We just went live. Gosh, we've been live for 9 minutes. So you have not missed a thing. We're just shooting the breeze, yakking away. Okay, I got a bunch sucked up there. Let me put the other side down, suck up some more. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right. Let's get a little bit more resin. Let's get some more hardener down here. That's going to even out to be nice, nice, nice. All right, that's the same size. Let's mix those together. And we got a third joining in. And we'll go live again tonight. We won't be live tomorrow because we are going to be in Texas. Got an impromptu meeting. So we're going to shoot down Sunday night, spend the day. Carrie's going to hook up with Joe, which is nice. Put that to the side. And now with that wax in there, we can just roll that epoxy right in there. We'll dribble some down in that thing right there, and then we'll just gently roll it in there. Beautiful. Oh, Christina James just joined something. Congratulations, Christina. That is exciting. This is going to be a princess pen here. This particular blank with the wood and the purple, that's going to look pretty hot, I might say. Congratulations. I'll have to check it out, see what we're going. We're going to be doing some more, especially as we get near Christmas, a lot of extra lives, especially for the members. We're just going to bring them all in. And I think we got to do the December Leap blank. That's coming up here. Carrie's got some plans there, which is good. That's very exciting. Denise, what do you mean, whose pens? Don't you recognize these? Who gets the princess pen? This one's a Big Ben. This one's a princess. Who's the princess, Denise? Come on now. Who's the princess? That would be Denise. All right, now we're going to leave these sit for a bit, and we're going to go turn some pens. These will sit here. It takes it 5 minutes, but I usually give it at least an hour, maybe hour and a half. So we'll turn 4 pens, and then we'll come back, and then we'll trim these up along with Joe's pen that she bought. That was the what do you call that thing? The albacore with where I didn't paint the inside black. So we gave those pens, not gave away, sold them extremely cheaply just to recover the resin, recover the pen kit kind of thing. So that's and it still makes a great looking pen, but if you want the white or the super brightness of that abalone, the abalone, it will look gorgeous, whiter, but it still looks cool with the gold tint. This is my new holder for the pot making things. Got it at Turner's Warehouse. This should be a lot of fun. You can do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I can do 20 blanks at a time with this guy. Don't think I'm going to, but I could. And I should have, oh, look at this stuff here. So we've been talking about urushi, and I've been I hate to call it research because I'm really just gathering information, but urushi is they call it urushi Japanese lacquer, but it's really not lacquer because I don't want to confuse that with shellac, which is a true lacquer, and some other chemical things here in the US and other places. But in Japan, they all call it Japanese lacquer just because that's what they call it. But it's made of this stuff called urushi. In this tube, which I've already dated because that's when I got it, this tube of ki urushi, which means raw urushi, and it's sort of a beige color, is a finish that you can put on pens that are made of either ebonite, which I've got 6 big sticks ordered. They're 1 meter long. We'll cut them up into blanks. And urethane resin. Can't use them on epoxy. Can't use them on 3D printed stuff. Can't use them on wood, that kind of thing. But you can use this on those pens. It's a process, very detailed process that takes probably 2 months of multiple coatings on this. And they say it is the richest finish in the world. After you get like 10 to 30 layers on the pen, it's like you can look into the finish. Like there's a lot of serious depth. You to understand what I'm looking or talking about, look up Urushi, URUSHI. Urushi, URUSHI. And look up Urushi, what do they call it? Bowls and what do you call the stuff you eat with? Dinnerware or something like that. And there is this whole world, and it's a very shrinking world because there's these trees that they grow, which is a poison oak type of tree over in Japan. They scratch, here, I'll show you. They scratch the side of the tree. I forgot I got these pictures to get the stuff in every tree in its whole lifetime. And you got to wait 12 to 15 years to harvest the tree. See those scratches in the tree? They make that scratch or that gouge, and then they scoop the urushi sap out of that. And then they process the sap from there. But each one of those trees in its whole lifetime only gives 6 to 8 ounces of urushi. Is that amazing? That is just wild. So that's some gold stuff there. You figure they'd give you a picture of the urushi finishes and stuff, but they don't. Enjoy the slow craft of kitsugi. That's the application of urushi. Behind this craft are centuries of Japanese heritage, craftsmanship, material, and tools intelligence. I'm not getting all crazy Asian or anything like that. I'm not going to go live in Japan, although that might be cool. But this tube right here delivered to my door $100 just for this one tube. So this is some precious liquid right there. And it's good for about a year, so I got to use that tube up in a year. But I'm going to use it on some fountain pens and maybe even a diamond painting pen. But that might be a diamond painting pen nobody can afford because it literally will be about $1,000, believe it or not. Yeah, it's insane. What the labor involved in creating that thing. All right, I'm over here I'm going to switch back to the other camera here, and we will go over to the lathe and do some stuff. Let's see, let's go to 16 megapixel. That'll take us right over there. And let's see here. All right. Let me get together. Now we're going to make this one round. This is a clear or transparent, not clear, because it's got a little tint to it, which is good, with 2 pieces of Fordite in it. And the only one that gives me pause is this piece here because it's long and lateral. So we'll take it easy on that one. That one there should be absolutely gorgeous and fine. Let me fire up my pad over here. Come on, over there you go. All right, we are connected. We are ready to go. Let's go to YouTube. Let me swipe down. Oops. Yeah, so these Urushi pens, the Urushi process adds about $600 to the cost. Oh, Christina, I see it now. You have the center of the lead. Ooh, you're part of a special group. This is going to be very exciting. You'll be in on the December pen. That would be awesome. Okay, let's turn this on. Let's get this fired up to mega speed. Lower on. See, Mr. Microphone. Nope, I had the wrong one. Let's go to right there. All right, that is going to be much better audio while I'm at the lathe. Hey, Denise, if you're listening, Carrie sent you a message. I don't know if I saw the answer yet, but normally you're a 0.64, but on the most recent orders, you indicated 0.62. Is that correct? Oh, very good. Yeah, I probably just didn't see it. No worries at all. Still a little square there, but we'll take it easy. Come down this side here. Now, the good thing about this lateral piece of Fordite is it's buried within a bunch of resin, which really gives it a lot of strength. So I like that part. I like that it's at an angle too, because that's going to give some pretty decent effect. Yeah, we just nibble through this Fordite little bits at a time. We don't want to be in a hurry with the Fordite. Yeah, the things I was doing in California, I had a couple of meetings with clients, but they were online. They were not in California. But we have a high-tech retail lab there that we bring customers to. And we are moving offices. So we are disassembling it. And I'm in charge of the lab now. So I am literally clearing things out that have been there for 8 years. So I am finding drawers and stuff and just stuff jammed. Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff. So I literally am going through it, throwing stuff away. All right, we're just about, I'd say just about totally round on this bad boy here. A little bit on this end here. All right, that's nice there. And thank you for responding. No worries. We are here to make your hands feel better. Let's see how we measuring up. A little bit high. Now, let me slow this down to turning speed. Let's check it out, see what it looks like now. Still looks pretty good. See, I like that this piece here is buried in lots of resin on top. That prevents it from pulling off and delaminating. So that'll be pretty cool there. All right, let's get down in here and see what we got going for Miss Denise here. Yeah, pretty much from the 18th of December onward, my whole world just shuts down as far as clients. All I'll be doing is just sending lots of emails and getting ready for the National Retail Federation show in January. So we'll probably have the Center of the Leap show for December in that time period. All right, we're at 6.7 right now. We're going down to 6.2. Let me know if we drop any frames or things like that, because we're on that AT&T Wi-Fi, and I'm still on Wi-Fi or internet, and I'm still on Wi-Fi out here in the garage. Okay, we're at 6.4, going down a little bit more. See how we're doing now. We're at 3.5. I didn't take much off that time. How's Yogi and Dexter today? Still wonderful as always. That Dexter's a character. Yogi's pretty chill, but Dexter is a character. Okay, beautiful. Right on the money there. Could you imagine $1,000 diamond painting pen? And that one might be made of ebonite, which would be really cool. And I think, Denise, during the holiday break here, I'm going to be, what do they call it? Fusing together some Mazzucchelli acetate. That should be fun. Enjoying the 50s this morning. It's 28 here this morning when I got up. Dang, that's chilly. I'd take 50s. That's what it was in California. 55 at night and 75 during the day. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of fun stuff planned to really take fountain pens, and for us, we're not raising the elevation of the industry, because the industry is already out there doing it, but we're going to take our skill set and application up a little bit, take it up some notches. Yeah, I think the Urushi lacquer is more appropriate on fountain pens than diamond painting pens, but hey, we'll give it a shot. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Yeah, Denise, we'll see how it goes. It may be totally bust or totally awesome. I don't even sure which yet. We'll find out, though. And again, I think that Mazzucchelli goes more in the ink pen, fountain pen market than it does in the diamond painting market, because it just makes a diamond painting pen too expensive. That would be more of a jewelry piece than a useful pen. I mean, you can still use it, but it's definitely a collector world there. All right, we are tuned right into that. Let's get us a dome on the end here. How's Denver today, or how's Loveland today, Miss Sarah? Probably pretty chilly on that front range, I imagine. I was out in Aspen for a few days, the beginning of October. It was absolutely gorgeous. I was installing some technology in the airport there, and boy, you talk about a tiny airport. Woo! It's no Fort Lauderdale, Denise. Man alive. Oh, that looks like pretty good little end right there. Let me get the squareness off of that side. All right, let's see what this looks like now. So we're getting some nice stratification right there, looking beautiful. Now we got to figure out how to play, because we can only dig into this side, and it's actually not too deep. This one here is pretty deep along here, so we'll play with it in the middle here somewhere. I think this might be a couple of almonds. Getting snow tonight and into tomorrow. Yeah, well, you guys got some chilliness out there in Pennsylvania. Ooh, 37 where Sarah is. Man. Sarah, by the way, is this fantastic seamstress, Christina, if you haven't met her yet or seen her on other places, but she's quite the talented maker of stuff that you sew together. Not even sure what you call that whole world there, but seamstress would definitely fit. But I think she's a bit beyond that, more of a designer kind of thing. All right, so let's find the center. I took Kevin to his new job this morning. Let's see, let's come all the way out. We're going to come out to 7/8 on either side. Let me see if that gets us into that other piece there. Yeah, that should dig right into the side of there. We may even eclipse some of that blue right in there. Hey, Christina, do you live in Philly itself, or do you live around Philly or over in New Jersey or something? I know you're a mega Philly fan. Now let's see if we cut down into. Oh, good. So we got down in just the sides, though. We may eclipse right there when that red is. Okay, that'll be cool. That'll be neat. We'll come in here just another millimeter or two. There we go. $10 from Trenton. Beautiful area down there. Beautiful area. I love the East Coast in all its goodness, top to bottom. Okay, here we go. We're gonna whittle our way down into this little by littles. Can't get too aggressive on these guys. Not Fordite. We just take our time and let it lead the way. The funny thing about doing the Fordite with the resin is the resin's really it's really soft, so you have to take a super light touch because you can dig into the Fordite real fast. Let's see how that one looks. That's going to look great right there. Look at that topo right there. That's beautiful. We didn't get much into this one here. It's just another 1/16 of an inch below the surface, but it'll make it too deep if I keep diving in there. All right, let's come over here and play. Yes, very proud of Kevin getting that gig down there. We have to drive him back and forth, but that's no big deal. In worst case, it's only a $15 Uber ride if we were out of town or something like that. Yeah, we're not going to get a lot of action out of this vertical or this horizontal one there, except for right in here. It'll be gorgeous when we shine that up, though, down inside there. Might get a little bit on this dig right here. Now, if this were an ink pen, totally different vibe, but you wouldn't want that clarity on there because you would see a black tube in there or a brass tube or something like that. And that wouldn't be too sexy. All right, so we're down into there. Let's even this almond out here so it looks like the other one, shape-wise. That's looking pretty good. We just got to sharpen it up with the sharp blade here. And I do use this one here. It's a sharper negative rake blade, and it really cleans up the edges of the, yeah, I can feel it already, edges of the Fordite. All right, here we go. Blower off. Let's get the diaper in place. Make sure I'm not missing any chat. Sarah, area as Ann. Sarah. I can't read the rest of that, but that dang little heart there. Let's see, this says same area as Ann. Oh, you're in the area with Ann. I didn't know that. That's cool. New Jersey is a gorgeous state despite the Newark area. It truly is a garden state. And that would have been gorgeous too, but it's just so built. Very functional. A lot of people live there, and it's a lot of money and commerce there, but man, it's a mess. So Kevin's got his orientation today, and then I don't know when that appears again, but the 18th, I think he's flying to Salt Lake City with his buddies. He's very excited. I'm sure you all know about his courtside seats at the Jazz Lakers game. Oh, yes. You're probably almost close enough to be a Giants fan, but that would be sacrilegious, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Yeah, taxes are high in New Jersey. There's no doubt. It's sort of like California. They got an installed base of people and they just keep gouging them. Can't help themselves. Those people got pockets. They won't move, or not enough of them will move to make a difference. Ah, it's feeling good. Really nice. Very nice. Let's work on the ends here. Sort of funny, my client's HQ is right next to the Meadowlands complex, just south of it. The only thing south before is the marsh, which I hear Meadowlands was. It was just a big marsh they filled in and built a big complex there. So that's, good use of land there. Now let's see how we're doing. Feels great. Get a tiny bit of Fordite chip out right there, but that'll sand down. That's looking pretty cool right there. I love the topographical in there. Almost wish this one was up a little bit more, but I like how it's protected by the resin. And we're going to spend a little bit more time right in there. Where's my water? Let me get some more water here. And, Carrie growing up, her dad was a Giants fan, of course. Giants and a Mets fan. He says the rich guys go for the Mets, the blue-collar guys go for the Yankees, which I can't actually believe to be true, but, that's the way he was. He had to be in the rarefied world. I'm going to spend a little time on this right here because I want to get rid of that little bit of Fordite chip out there. And the only way you can get rid of it is really sanding it down. And it's a process because it's protected by the resin. So it takes a little bit to get through the resin. I can already feel it's a little bit better. So I'm going to get a little more aggressive on it here. Now I got to go update the exit screen. Put your name on the leap. Very exciting. Best part about that leap is the discount if you're buying a number of pens. That is for sure. I don't know we'll get rid of all the tear out, but we'll minimize it to where it will barely be noticeable. That's feeling better already. Let's see how it's doing. Right on this side where it comes. Oh, that's much better. Oh, much nicer. Okay, I like that. That's good. Okay, now we're on to the next steps. Yeah, California, man. You want to talk about expensive? Gee whiz. I stay at this Fairfield Inn and Suites, which is pretty reasonable for where it is, and it's in Mission Viejo. And the houses right behind it. It's not right next to the hotel, but across the exit ramp kind of thing. Because this thing is built in the loop of the exit ramp, and they start at $4 or $5 million each house, and these houses are not anything that you would go, wow, that's a $4.5 million home. It's just where the real estate is. Here in Oklahoma, that same home would probably be 300 grand because we have lots of land. $700 to title and register your car. Where, in New Jersey or California? I think you mean California because you're saying there. But yeah, I believe it. Here you got to pay sales tax, and then it's like $75 on top of that. And since I'm a veteran, I can get my tag, my yearly tag that I just, the sticker they send you, get it through the mail for $5 a year. So after the initial registration, pretty cheap. Yeah, California. Whew. It's insane there, man. Insane. Carrie had a friend when we first got married, went to college with, and she was from Sparta, New Jersey. We drove out there one time. Wow, is that pretty out there. Man alive. I mean, the drive out there was gorgeous. The drive back was gorgeous. The area was gorgeous. It was just very nice. And that's up there in that northern Jersey, not too far from the Delaware Water Gap. Yeah, and what's funny is they talk about everybody leaving California, but the net of it was a couple 100,000 left, and that's nothing when you got 40 million people. That's like a rounding error. That's like somebody forgot to count that month. That's how little that is comparatively. Yeah, this Fordite, once this clear shines up nicely, Fordite will be gorgeous. So you don't lose any Fordite in this kind of blank here because it's clear or transparent. And after this one, we're going to do one of the very first along the shore blank that's coming up in the queue here for Denise. And that's going to be very interesting because they got like little figurines in there or something. I'll have to figure that one out. How that's going to go. It's starting to look good already, real clear. Hello, whoever just joined. Welcome on in. I get these little notifications. Someone joined. They never tell you who, but could be on Twitch and it could be on YouTube. We're multi-streaming to both right now just to spread the good word. I'm composing that music now, writing lyrics and I'm using AI to do a lot of the work because, I don't have that much time to be a real producer, but the songs are awesome. And I can take them and I can shift them from choral music to country music to grunge to heavy metal to death metal, all that kind of stuff. And I got a couple of buddies, we're all hypnotists together, and one guy likes grunge, one guy's girlfriend likes heavy metal, he likes choral, so we could just switch it around. It's a lot of fun. Oh, you saw him on TikTok? Cool. Yeah, I'm publishing them there. I got the little YouTube channel going as well, just publishing out there, my hypnotherapy channel. It's just fun. It's just fun. And I'm learning more and more about the AI to get it to do what I want it to do. So you really are composing, organizing, producing, whatever you want to call it. It's just you don't have all the slider bars and the volume knobs and stuff like that. You have AI do it for you. Got some more to upload too. Probably do that on my break. This is going to look stupendous. Oh, yeah. This is good. Of course, I got my junk all over it. So that's a pretty good looking piece of Fordite from the back side there, because you can see down into, let me polish this real quickly. Kevin will do the full polish, but I just want to polish that area so you can see down in there. Yeah, with this new process, oh my goodness. You just pop it over there, give it a little buff, and man, it is shiny and clear. I'm just polishing the pretty parts. Kevin will do the rest of the pen later. Here we go. Check this out. Got my fingers over it already. And it's got sort of a, it bends the light as you're looking at it. So it looks pretty cool as you go back and forth. Then there's that piece on the end there. And you can see that big red stripe down there with its other stuff next to it. That's very cool. Looking for defects, but looks good. That one looks good. All right. Here is the next one. And this is a super pretty blank. It's got butterflies in it. Clear on this side. It's got a very colorful base. Can't wait to see that come out. And if you'll notice, when I drilled these in, I drilled it so that I'm on the upper side of this base on both sides. And this is not a perfectly level base. So you got to look when you're drilling the bushings, because that's now going to be the center. And that's what we want. We want some color on the backside. And I want the absolute center to be those little butterflies in there, little metal, plastic, whatever they are. So that'll be pretty cool. And thanks for reposting. Spread the good word. They are songs about realizing you have trauma, working through the trauma, and then arising the other side, which is a whole different world for people. That's why I love doing it. Okay, let's make this thing round first. Blower on. Hyperspeed locked in. Little nibbles. I know we're getting around because the tag just disappeared. Let's see how that looks, nice and thin. Still got good amount of room on either side of that butterfly, so that's good. Slowly getting there. I can sort of see the reflection of the flat spot as it continues round and round. All right, that's pretty round right there. All right, that should be pretty cool. Looks like we got plenty of room on either side of those butterflies. Let's slow it down to trimming speed. All right, here we go. Let's move it in, move it up. Not bad. Need up about a 32nd of an inch. There we go. Perfect. And again, this is from Along the Shore Blanks. All right, we're at 6.5 right now. Still got a good amount of room either side. This is very pleasant so far. Nice mix on the resin. It's turning very smoothly, which means they mixed it correctly. I love that part. All right, 6.2 on the money right there. Man, that is some smooth turning. Whew. Love it. See how we're getting down here? We're at about a 6.5 again. And again, these blanks are going to be a little bit different than your typical diamond painting pen because you really got to cut them for the visual. People are scooping these up because of butterflies and stitches and all that kind of little figures in there. Boom, on the money right there. And what I like about these blanks is you can get licensed material because when you buy the little figurines, somebody already paid the license. You just get to put the little doodads down in. Hey, Rebecca, how the heck you doing? All right, let's see where our figures are. So we got a figure. We got a butterfly here, a butterfly here, and a butterfly here. And we want to see all this fine stuff. So we're just going to dive in here and dive in here. Let me just make sure I got those correct. Let me find the middle first. Let's see, there's the middle right there. And I marked one there, and that is about 7/8. And that one there should be about 7/8. Oh, that's very close. Not bad. And really what we're going to do is just dive down in these two areas and highlight the butterflies. Have I run the beginner dungeons? They completely revamped them. Are you talking? Oh, yes. Yeah, the dungeons are awesome. So are those big houses where you go get a bunch of people or get a bunch of goodies and you got to fight off the humanoid enemies, if you will. Yeah, you got to fly around a lot there. You got them all over the place. Joanna, you know I got your Christmas cards. I even made a comment. I said, wow, what costumes. They were incredible. Carrie goes, hey, Joanna sent you a card. I said, oh, how nice. I haven't got a Christmas card in years. And it was her and what's his name? Nevertheless or something like that. No, that's not right. I got that wrong. What do you call dear hubby? Oh, long suffering. I remember long suffering. I'm done at 1 p.m., Dad. No worries, Kevin. We'll get you. Kevin did his new orientation today. I guess he just tuned in to say hey. Long suffering. Yeah, I got that right. Nevertheless, I knew it was some big British word that we would use, somewhere in prose. Wouldn't make a good lyric, but makes great prose. Yep, I thought, and I think you told me on, I think it was Rebecca's live that those costumes took you a year to make, and your hands were bloody by the time you were done. Yeah, they've also added a new place, Rebecca, with new little people on there. Never even saw them, but I captured a bunch of them and I'm mating them and using them, but they're not tremendously worthful. What are you guys up to today? Hanging around? What's been marked down? He has been marked down? The husband? Yes, no doubt, labor of love. No, they were exquisite. Okay, I gotta trim this one down here just a little bit. Make it match the other handhold. Nobody would notice that, but I see it when it's spinning. Now I got to give a good finger ramp right here. All right, that looks pretty cool. Let's see how that one shines up. That should look magnificent when we're done there. Blower off, speed going. Let's get the diaper in place. I wasn't up half the night. I had to get some sleep because I had to take Kevin. But yeah, it's quite the cool thing. I'm already at level 53, I think I am. You know, Joanna, you're a lovely person, but I don't think I could ever go out to dinner with you and your husband because I would laugh the whole time and I would never get anything eaten. Because you would probably bring a collection of Temu recent acquisitions and entertain the crowd for the whole dinner. And I would starve because I wouldn't get anything to eat. Just kidding, though. I'd go out to dinner with you. No big deal. But still, Rebecca's blanket is stunning. What blanket? Is that the one she was working on? I know she was crocheting one up. I didn't see the finished blanket yet. Oh, that's me, Denise. I couldn't even get it. I couldn't even chew anything down. She responded quickly. Then she'll hear the funny stuff. I know. I'd be spitting all over the place. Joanne, you almost make me pee my pants when you're on Rebecca's live, especially when you start going with the Temu acquisitions and the hats after hat after hat after hat. That was funny. Oh, I haven't seen that. I'll have to tune in sometime when you guys are live and ask to see it. Now Rebecca's got some skills. She got skills, as they say in West Virginia. You got skills. Now on this pen here, Denise, and I did this specifically on this one, you're going down to a different finger size. And believe it or not, 2/100ths of a inch make a difference. You get a little bit larger plate on the end. So I've left one a little smaller, like a normal plate, and one a little larger, like you would get if I were making a regular 0.62 pen. So you can use either end of this. One's on the green and one's on the yellow end of this, or golden end, I should say. But yeah, you just tell me what you like the most. I know Carrie doesn't like a large plate on the end of hers because it gets in the way of her fingernails, or her fingernails get in the way of it. I'm not sure how you do that one, but so I make hers a little bit like this end down here. And we used to have one customer, I forget where she went, but she needed, that was Tracy. She needed huge plates, as big as you could possibly get them. Yeah, Joanna, you're a sweetheart, but I'm telling you, eating dinner with you would just be catastrophic. It'd be a cheap dinner, though. We wouldn't have to order. How's your pen holding up for you, Joanna? Is it doing good? Yep, Kevin, everybody wants to see you on there. Just do your lives and let the people flow in. Kevin uses my computer and he hooks up his controller wirelessly to it. It's pretty cool. I don't play with a controller, but I know Rebecca and her brother, and I think Amy does as well. Now I'm a cheap date. We wouldn't have to order much because you'd be doing the Joanna show, so you wouldn't be eating much. I couldn't eat much because I'd be laughing so hard. We had to take Rebecca too because you guys play off each other real well. But yeah, after a drink or two, it would just be a riot of a dinner. Maybe just hors d'oeuvres and maybe an appetizer is about all we'd get through. My stomach would be hurting. My sides would be hurting, splitting. That's funny. I love your sense of humor. So now I'm a cheap date. Essentially, yes. You got on the money, sister. And Carrie's trying to decide what she's going to get on her mug. I said, just send her anything. She goes, maybe I'll go over on Etsy and buy something. You get a good image for $2 or something. Oh, that's awesome, Joanna. That's awesome. Just glad it's working well. Where is it you live, Joanna? Is it Maryland or Delaware? I know it's right around that wonderful, gorgeous Atlantic world somewhere just south of Pennsylvania. You're in the South because you're below the Mason-Dixon line. Okay, this is looking good. Feeling nice. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go buff this. Again, Kevin will finish the final buffing, but I'm just going to highlight the butterflies in the middle part here just so we can get a good view, only because we're farting around this morning. Normally, I wouldn't do this part. I would just put it in the finish bag and Kevin would shine it up on the buffer and boom. But this being the very first along the shore blank, let's shine it up a bit. I'm just doing a light shine. Kevin will do a mega shine. All right, so this was a nice turn. Look at this one here. But what I'm noticing after I just buff this up, I still have some scratch marks right here and right there. So I'm going to re-hit those two ends there because that will not pass Carrie's inspection. It's nice, but these two areas there just need a little attention. Oh, that would be cool. Give me some kidney stones. Absolutely. Yeah, Delaware, the first state. Yep. Yeah, Joanne, give me some kidney stones. That would be awesome. We could do that. Who wouldn't want a kidney stone pen, right? Yeah, if he's got some spare kidney stones, he wants to. Don't need big ones, just little tiny ones. I'd use one of my own, but they're too small. All right, that's probably going to be pretty good right there. Now we'll just come back up through the grits. Is Delaware smaller than Rhode Island, or is Rhode Island smaller? I'd have to go look that up myself. I know they're both very small. Something's not a fun moment. No, kidney stones are not a fun hour or 2 or 3 or longer for some other people. There. Luckily, mine passed fast. Rhode Island is smaller. Oh, okay. You know how to spell Rhode Island? Sort of a East Coast joke. It's spelled Vodydland. Rhode Island. That's how they say it. Where do you live, Rhode Island? Ah, 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 ah. I would have to Google it, Rebecca, just to know what the actual square miles are, square acres, or whatever they do. And of course, Rhode Island is divided in the middle by a big bay. Richer and lots of mansions. Yeah, there's some money up there. That's from the old New York days in the 1890s on through there. They would all go to Rhode Island, go to Newport. But I tell you, I drove through Newark, Delaware one time, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I thought, ooh, I could live in this cute little town. So if I moved to Delaware, that's where I'd be living. No plans to move there because you guys get snow. Hey, did that trial end yesterday, Rebecca? I had to jump off and do something else. So I was lurking for a long time, then lost track, and then you were gone by the time I came back from my work. I don't know if they got an actual verdict yesterday or not. No verdict yet. Okay. I didn't miss anything then. How's your ascendancy upward through the levels going? Better now that you're decorating? All right, that should look a lot better. I'm going to go buff that up just to make sure. Ah, much better already, I can see. All right, let me do a light buff on the whole thing now, just so we can check it out. And Kevin will rebuff it and make it look phenomenal. All right, here we go. All right, there it is now. The butterfly looks like Butterfly Fields. We didn't cut into one of the butterflies, which is really nice. And the back is sort of a black type of swirly prismatic thing. Pretty cool. Yeah, I see I'm dropping some frames. I'm going to have to run the cord out here, the Ethernet cord on the next live. All right, now this one here is called Blood Money. And Carrie and I went back and forth about whether or not this would make a good ink pen. And let me just take it to the scope real quick, and I'll show you what I see when I see it. Let's see. Let me get the scope up. Let's see. Where's my scope at? Okay. Scope City here. There we go. So the only reason this makes a good diamond painting pen because of a couple reasons. If you look at this side here, you see lots of the dollars. Let me get this focused right in on that surface. So you see a lot of the faces of the dollars. And I love that look, and that looks pretty cool. And that stays consistent. But these are flat pieces, and as you lay them in there, they eventually, the edges get cut off. And this is what doesn't make a great looking pen. Look at this side here. It's just all they're cut off. You don't actually see any bills. So when you put this in a pen blank, not only do you lose all these bills, but you don't get that side there where you get all the money look, which is what I like. This right there. See, that's what I like here. So we're going to turn this. This will make a great diamond painting pen. Carrie, I say it'll be okay, but here's what it'll look like when you're done. And Carrie says, no, it will not. I said, okay, whatever. She is the master pen blank maker lady, so we'll leave her to that. I just do what I'm told around here, right? Let's see, right there. Boom, shakalaka-laka. All right, let's make this one round. This is a fun blank, though. Red resin, clear resin, and then shredded dollar bills. Could be $100 bills, $20 bills, $50 bills. You don't know. They're just shredded. Now, what I do like about this blank is the resin actually soaks in soaks into the paper. There, see, now we're getting a lot of paper on this side, a lot of cutoffs on this side. It's just the way it goes in. Not much you can do about it. It's just going to do what it's going to do as you mix it all up. All right, here we go. Blower back on. Move this in. So we've gone through the two hardest blanks so far, and they were quite the success. So that was fun. $65. Boom, on the money. I think Carrie's got a big New Year's Eve thing planned. That's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to be here, I think, till the ball drops, at least here Central Time. Maybe we'll sneak out at 11 o'clock Central Time because it already dropped in New York. Oh, the bear is up. What's up, bear? We're live, baby. She says hi. Let's see. Still a little fat on this end. Yeah, when I was stationed in Connecticut, Joanna, we'd go up to Boat Island a lot. I mean, it was right next to Connecticut, right? Not why not, right? There was no real good mall in New London, Connecticut, so we just go up to the Warwick, Providence Mall, and one of my favorite beaches in Rhode Island is Misquamicut Beach. Beautiful beach. That was many moons ago. Let's see. Oh, I got an idea for this one. Might do the double Cheerio or double tire in the middle. Let's find the middle first. There's our middle. A double tire with some flourishes. That should look pretty cool. Let's see. What you got there, Bear? Anything exciting? That one's going to go there. That one's going to go there. Yes. Miss Squamicut was gorgeous. And it was just out the road across the border. So as cliche as it sounds, because of the movie, I would go to the beach and then stop on the way back in Mystic, Connecticut and go to Mystic Pizza. Well, it's only overrated because of the movie. It's pretty good pizza as pizza goes, but and again, it was just a place where somebody worked in the movie. It wasn't put out as a great pizza place, but it's okay. It's the first time I had Musca pizza. You know, they put the eggplant on it and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's more of a Greek pizza and sandwich shop than anything else. But you know what my motto about pizza is, don't you, Joanna? See if you can guess my motto about pizza. Hey, Brian, what's up, baby? Well, we had a really good pizza. There's a place in what's the name? Where was I at? Mission Viejo or Aliso Viejo, called Sergeant Pepperoni. Good. Just had a piece Tuesday night down there in California. I am not in California, but was traveling for business. That's it. There is no bad pizza. It's just some's better than others. My buddy Raul, he goes crazy for this place in New York called Joe's Pizza. And it's pretty good pie, but it's more of an experience there because you have to stand in line and order a slice or two or a whole pizza if you want it, you know, that kind of thing. It's right on Broadway, just south of Times Square, super famous. And Carlo's Bakery is up a couple blocks and over a couple of blocks. So we'll be doing that in January. But the best New York pizza is actually northern New Jersey. What's the name of that guy that he started some sports bar thing or whatever? And he's got a channel also called the One Bite Pizza Review. And you'd recognize him when you see him. I just can't remember. He's got a couple he talks about. But he's always over in northern New Jersey for pizza. Ray's Pizza. Yeah. And again, there's like, 500 pizza joints in New York City, and they're all pretty good. I mean, it's crust with some stuff. The only purpose of the crust is to get all the good toppings to your mouth. But you really want to make it a good crust. He's done it one, baby. Yeah, there you go. What's that guy's name, Brian? He's sort of an obnoxious dude. Started some betting or either betting bar or sports bar. I can't remember. Kerry knows his name because he's got a couple of dogs that he talks about all the time. And I've been to a couple of those over in Jersey because my client's there in Newark. So whenever he's got his thing, I'm like, okay, let me go try these pizzas out and see how they were. And they're all good. They're all good. Interesting thing about the New York, New Jersey culture of pizza is most people just get a slice. I mean, if you're going to have a party, order a whole pizza, but most get a slice, and they'll make all these different pizzas, sit them in the counter, keep them warm. But then when you want your piece, they'll actually warm that up, put it in the oven for you, make it real hot, re-crisp it, if you will. Pretty cool. I think this is the beginning of Sarah Ann Creations asked us a while ago to do a spool of thread. And just doing this one right now, this is the closest I've come to that. And I think I might have to play that out on a blank somewhere. You should do one that looks like a spool of thread. And I'm like, that'd be cool, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. Now I can see how to do it. Just get a pie. You betcha. Dave Portnoy. That was the one. Yeah. I can never remember his name, but I can see his face. Dave L. Prez Portnoy. That's the guy. Yeah. It's feeling pretty good right now. I like it. All right. Yeah, he's a bit of an obnoxious fella, but he's not wrong. Oh, just get a pie. Yeah. There's a place in New York City, a chain of places called 99-cent pizza. There's another one called Dollar Pizza. I think the guy calls his 99 cents because the dollar name was taken. Nothing is 99 cents there, and nothing's a dollar at the other one. But they're pretty good pizzas too. All right, that piece is worn out. Let me get another piece here for the other end. Kevin's actually done, Carrie. It's 11:17. Thought you said 1 o'clock, Kev. You must be Speedy Gonzalez down there. They give you a tour? Text mom, let her know she's up now. Because I got to finish this pen, one more pen from Rapture Resins. Then we got to trim up the ink pens and put them together, turn them and put them together. Yeah, you know why that's so good in New York? There's a reason the New York City water is phenomenal. And I'm sure someone out here will know it. I don't want to give out the answer. I want you guys to tell me how smart you are or how aware. It's not smart. It's not intelligent. It's just once you heard it, you go, yeah, I guess so. But there's a reason it's so great. Better than bottled water sometimes, depending upon the bottled water. I don't know where that piece went. Just flipped up into my shirt. Never had that happen. Yep. Text her, Kevin. She's up. I mean, I could stop. I got a momentum going here, you know. So the reason the New York City water is so good is because it comes from upstate New York, Catskills, Adirondacks area. And they own a bunch of lakes up there and they monitor the lakes and measure the lakes, look at the clarity, all that kind of stuff as they maintain the supply for New York City. And there's a couple of giant pipes. I think they're 32 feet in diameter that they bring it all the way down there into the city. That's why when you get a water main break in New York City, the water goes up and you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, the river's over there and I'm above the river. Why is the water coming up? Because that water pressure comes from upstate New York, a higher elevation than New York City. Is that crazy? Remember when I found that out, I go, that's why the water is so good. The Hudson River is not so clean. Not so. I wouldn't drink out of that, baby. You should sell them a bunch of pens and get a commission, Joanna. So you can start diamond painting and you can get a pen too. I didn't have any training video. How? Because you did them already back there at the other store. Oh, upstate. Yeah, way upstate. Way up north of the Tappan Zee, that's for sure. Way up north. Yes, ma'am. Oh, that's feeling pretty smooth right there. Let's go to the next level of paper. Did you text mom, Kevin? She's on the other side of the house right now from me. Ooh, they're feeling good. Yeah, us humans definitely need to keep our sandbox clean, don't we, Joanna? I mean, it's our water. We might as well keep it clean and keep it fun to play in and drink from. Even if we have to filter the sediment out a little bit, that's okay. Yeah, remember old George Washington? He crossed the Delaware. A little chilly when he did it, but it was up there near Trenton, wasn't it? Up there somewhere. There it is. Comes out pretty good. Kevin will buff that up, be all nice and shiny. All right, let me make sure Mom is. I don't know if she's there. Care Bear, did you know Kevin's done? Oh, I told him to text you. Yeah, he's done now. He can get them whenever you want. He didn't have to watch the training videos because he already watched them. Okay, let me grab the next blank here. Let's see. Let's get the diaper out of the way. Let's get this beautiful Rapture resin. What you got, babes? Oh, flies. Yeah, they fly. They like us. You get one fly in here, drives us nuts. All right, got a good blow down there. Got rid of all the little pieces and parts everywhere. Motor looks nice and clean down there. Love it. All right, let's see how we're doing there. Looks pretty good. Just a hair low. Okay. This is a Rapture resin blank. Very fun. Don't have to round this one. They come rounded. $66. The spool. Whose pen is that? Don't you recognize that, Denise? That is yours, sister. And I'm going to play out that spool. I'm going to widen that up. And that was the first time I did something that actually looked like a spool of thread. $65 coming down to Chinatown. Yes, ma'am. These are all your pens. The butterfly one was yours. The first one we did was yours. Heck yeah. Fordite. $63. That's good. We'll leave it right there because we're going to sand. We're going to sand this one pretty heavily because of the amount of what do you call it? Glitter. Although this one's not too bad. Dan's got some that are super, super heavy in glitter. This one's just moderately heavy. $65. A little bit more. You don't have a problem, Denise. Everybody collects something. Everybody collects something. Something that just trips their trigger. Beautiful glitter in this. This is green and gold. Very cool. Let's see. Let's find the middle. Hmm. You know, Denise, I'm going to do another spool here, but I'm going to widen this baby out. This might look like an actual spool of thread. Let's make our center. We'll go out 5/8 of an inch either direction. That might actually look like a spool of thread. Wow, this would be cool. And this will look good on the glitter. It'll be on fire. Let's see. I mean, if you're collecting Hello Kitty stickers, we might have to have a talk. Let's see. I think this was going to be it, Denise. This is going to be the first spool turn, actual spool. The other one was just a prototype. And it just dawned on me that that would look awesome. Like the Starbucks secret menu. Yeah, just write them down when you see one you like, Joanna. Or while you're watching the video, just do a snapshot. That's what some customers do. They'll say, hey, I want the turn like in this video here. I'm like, boy, that made it easy. They just did a little screen cap or they took a picture with their phone or something. All right, let's back off the edges of the spool here. I got to make these just a little bit thinner so it looks like a spool and not a tire. Okay, so there's the thread. Now, every spool of thread, this side of the thing has like an angle on it. There we go. And the other side of the spool is flat. So it lays flat on the feeder. We got to make that super square at the bottom of the angle. Ooh, this could be pretty cool. Okay, now we got to bring this in a little bit here. And then what we'll do is we'll take these ones down a little tighter so they're smaller than the thread in the middle. So it looks like this is holding the spool of thread. Ooh, that's cool, man. I think we're on to something here, Denise. Oh, that looks so cool. Got to refine it just a little bit. Sarah Ann, where are you? Here's your spool of thread. I think you asked for it a year ago. Oh, man, that is too cool. Look at that. Too cool. Blow her off. All right, this is neat. Got a new one. We got a new one. Hey, you guys should see Long Suffering's airplane model thing. Oh, that's cool. I bet you they're pretty detailed. Send pictures. Kevin sending mom pictures of all the diamond painting stuff at Walmart. That's awesome. Oh, that looks so cool. I'm pretty excited about that one. And we're just going to keep making it better and better as we refine it. So the key to make it look like it's spool on there is you got to make these little dips here smaller than the thread in the middle. That's the first thing I notice. Yeah, that'd be wild, wouldn't it, Brian? That's a great idea. That's $100 idea too. But I'm going to do it now that you mentioned it. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, it's could you imagine the tedium of putting that on there nice and straight? You'd almost want to soak it in CA. Nah, that'd be a disaster, wouldn't it? Wow. That's pretty cool, Joanna. That's a lot of models. You bet. I'll just send them to you, Brian. You can wrap them up. It's called the Brian $100 add-on. And you know you'd have to experiment a couple of times with that because CA glue may make it look real ugly, soaking all into the fibers and stuff. You have to figure out how to do that. That's pretty interesting. Brian, what state are you in? Where are you at in the world? I know I get stuff from you. I just can't ever remember. And you'll probably have to tell me 4 times. Then I'll remember. I don't think the queen has left yet. Do your Find My iPhone and see where she is. Yeah, she was all ramped up for 1 o'clock. So now she has to readjust her situation. Probably has to make a tea and all that kind of stuff. You were texting her all the diamond painting stuff, but you didn't tell her you're ready to go. Or she missed it. We'll call this, if it's on one of these things, we'll have to call it the Zsa Zsa Gabor spool of thread. Yeah, Brian, you may not be able to use actual thread. You may have to get just a little bit larger white string or something. Or you can make it any color string, right? Because thread comes in all different kind of colors. That way it'll be a little more rigid when you put that CA on there. Because I would think CA would ruin regular thread. Ah, it's feeling good. And this will look fabulous with all this glitter. Oh, the queen is beginning to leave. Hey, babe, check out this new turn. It's called the spool. Everybody's going to want it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, spool of thread. Hurry up, door down. It's chilly out there. Here it is. Take a picture. Carrie goes, you have to make me a model, which means I need another pen. All right, there it is. That's pretty cool. That's going to look great buffed up. Look how shiny that is. The spool. I will say it looks better in person than it does on the screen. Let me tilt it a little bit to get that spool looking better. Pretty cool. Very nice. Okay, let's keep on rolling here. Got some other stuff to do. Let me switch the camera back to where we're working here. There we go. Now we got a little bit of clean out to do. Ah. Stop distracting, Mom. Okay. So the next we've got to trim these down. So I got to get the wax cut out. You ever see that trick before, Brian? I saw it. I can't remember where I saw it, but somebody else puts wax in the end of these pen tubes. So when they're doing the epoxy, it's easier to clean out the end. Now that stuff is hard as a rock now. But I've got to get my thing there to, because that is a big booger full. I don't trim my blanks down to the end. So you use this little reamer here, put it in there. This particular blank is too long for what I did, but because it's wood and resin together, when I'm drilling through, I didn't want to have a blowout on the end, so I made it longer than it should be. A big booger full. That's what it looks like. It's like a big booger in there. Maybe I should say a big nose full. But you didn't. You made it here and you heard it first here on Roller Derby. Same thing with that one. Let me get the other reamers here. I think that might be 8. There we go. Beautiful. Make that a little bit longer so it can go all the way through. Beautiful. You see, there's the wax plastic in there. Beautiful. Trimmed right out. All right, these are ready to go. So let's figure out what we're doing here. These are to the Big Ben. So one of them is going to be 1 15/16 long. This will be 1 15/16. This will be 2 1/16. Yep, here we go. All right, now this one here, this little short one is 1.496. Imagine that. 1.496. Here we go. 1.496. That's how long that one's going to be. And this one's going to be, let's see, 2.465. 2.465. Precise measurements. I'll be right back. You guys all chat amongst yourselves. I'm going to go over to the thing, the blower. Oh, I got to put my mask on because I'm going to make lots of very fine dust and I really don't want to breathe it in. So I've got my Darth Vader mask here to play with. Battery powered, self-contained filtering system. Okay, this was here 1 15/16. Let me get my caliper out. All right, here we go. All right, that one's perfect. Now we'll go to 2 and a 16th. Almost there. Almost there. Little trim. All right, we are done with that one. All right, blower is off. Helmet has been re-put away. Let's see. Oh. Kevin says tune in tomorrow afternoon for his channel. Okay, nice. All right, let's clean up our mess here. All right. Next, we're going to get out some bushings. Okay, we're going to need, first of all, is our TBC adapters. We need all 4 of those, so we'll put those right there. Then we're going to need the big BU, which is the Big Ben. That's that one there. Then we're going to need this one here, Princess Pen bushings. Out there. All right, let me put these away. We lost half the crowd. Oh no. Probably had to go to lunch. Okay. Get these over here, these over here. These are the Big Bens. Let me get my brush here. We'll get all the dust out. All right. And this is going to be the Big Ben, and we're going to keep these lined up like they were as part of the blank. Oops, I just threw my ring down on the floor. That's no bueno. All right, here we go again. Okay, so we're going to keep those lined up. That's how the pen blank came out of the blank, or the pen pieces come out of the blank. Just cleaned out the middle sides of them there. 10, let's see how that came out there. Like that. Yep. So that's how that flowed along there. So when we look at the instructions, this is going to be the lower piece, the higher piece. So we want to keep them in that orientation. These are our Big Ben kit. And again, I always have to review the Big Ben instructions because I don't want to get these two backwards, because they will fit on either bushing. But if you get them backwards, you're screwed. All right. Okay. Here's the big bushing in the middle. This is the long, you can stack them like that. This is the long blank. So that's going to go in there. And then one of these is going to be 0.460. That's the 4701. That's 460. That's going to go on that end. Got to trim a little bit of the epoxy. There we go. There. And then we put the adapters on either end of that. And just to remind ourselves that this bushing here is going to go on this end. Because when we get this back out, this big fat one here is going to go on that end. So we'll leave that just like that. We will take this one here and we're going to take it over to the lathe and turn it. Okay. It's got shocked. Getting warm in here. That's because Carrie Opened the door and all the cold air rushed in. All the cold air is on the floor. So the heater thinks it's 62 degrees on the floor. It's really 70 degrees where I'm at, or 70 something. All right. Let me switch cameras here, get you guys over where I am, and we'll stay over there till we're done turning these four. All right. So now this is going to be our tip. So as I'm turning this, I'm thinking about the fingers being down near this end here, and this will be our middle there. We're all tight and ready to go. We'll just nibble this away. And we're never aggressive with this because there's too much work to this point to screw it up. And you'd lose the blank and you'd have to do all the work all again. All right, very nice there. Let's shape this nicely. We're going to do a little bit of shaping with our sanding block as well. Beautiful. All right, we're done with that one. So we'll slow it down, turn the blower off, get our diaper out. Oh, I got to get more water. Going through some water today. Are your Eagles pens coming up soon, Christina? Oh, next in line. Pretty exciting. I like that words. Well, that's good because after this, after we finish these 2 ink pens there, I'm going to take a break, have some lunch, and we'll be back to do something either tonight or this afternoon. See what Carrie's got on the hit parade for me. I know she's going to want a model of the thread or the bobbin or the, what do we call that? The spool. If the blank fits, I may have a tendency to start doing the spool a little bit till I refine it and get it really cool. Get the process down. All right, now because this is a pen, we're going to shift over to the Zona paper at this point. Where is my Zona paper? Here it is. Thought I had a couple. Oh, here it is. Little pieces left over here from the other attempt or the other process, not attempt. Do a little tricep push down rather than a bicep pull up. And this is so fine or so smooth or whatever you want to call it, it repels water. That's smooth right there. Just runs right off. Love it. That's a pretty cool looking blank. So we did coat the inside of these black, but I don't think it made a difference on this one because I think that gold is all the way to the middle. So that's good. That's good. Okay, we're going to swap these other ones out here. Come on out, Mr. Bushing. There we go. Super tight tolerances that Brian has created for us, and they do well. It does not like that Big Ben bushing. Let me get a different Big Ben bushing. I got a couple sets of those. Let's see. Big Ben, Big Ben, Big Ben. Next box. Not in that box. It's always in the last box you look at, right? Big BU. Be the 476 one. That one right there. Yep. Okay, let me grab that. That goes right in there. Very nice. Okay. Got my writing orientation on there so I know which way it goes. That's why I write on them so I know how they're oriented when we're doing them. All right. Here we go. And this on this end here to the left will be the clip end. All right. Nice shape. Slow that down to shaping speed. Very nice. Very nice. That's not the right one. That was too smooth for that one. Haven't got much from Twitch today, you know. Might have been a couple looker sees come in and out kind of deal. When we go live like this in the morning, we'll go to Twitch as well just to increase the crowd. So smooth. Let's see. Do I get those colors in the right direction here? Where's my zona? Yep. Blue, pink, green. Yep. Blue, pink, green. All right, that one is done. Again, got some pretty cool swirlies in that one. That'll be a pretty pen. Just a titch of that purple. I don't know if that's glitter or mica. That looks great though. All right. Got to get a pen tray. I put them all away cleaning up the shop yesterday. Keep these things in the right order. All right. Back at the workbench for a minute. That will go in there. And that will go in there. All right. We are done with these pen bushings. Man, some of these really like to stick to those adapters, which is good because that means they're tight. There we go. Just need a plier to hold them to get them out. All right. Adapter there. Adapter, adapter. Adapter. And then these are the pen blanks. Perfect. Those will go back in their container. And here's the Princess pens. We got two different sizes on here, so it's easy. This is the center. That goes into that one there. And that's the larger, so it goes into there, where this is the tip, and that goes over in there. So 10 millimeters and one 8 millimeters. And let's get some adapters out. Put that in there, that in there. And we're back over here. So much fun making stuff. Push back a little bit, clamp it down. Blower on, full speed. Here we go. Hello, everybody out there. Hope you're having a good day. Looks like we had a few join us. Say hello, even if you're passing through. If you just joined us, we're currently carving down an ink pen blank. Going to go on a Princess pen kit. Hello, Trudy. How you doing? All right, that is nicely shaped there. Now we're going to do, that's the rough shape. Blower off, turn the speed down a bit. Turn our diaper over for this shaping here. How's your afternoon treating you, Trudy? Or morning? Might be morning where you are. I forget where everybody is. Might be morning in California still. Very nice. Okay, here we go. Paper number 1. Oh, Louisiana. That's right. Central time zone with me. Yep, it's afternoon now. That's right. I'll ask 5 more times, then I'll remember. Is it warm down there today? Pretty chilly here today. High is going to be 45 roughly. The low tonight over last night was 28. Pretty chilly to me. $80 degrees right now. That's a rough one to take, I'll tell you. I guess that's why you live in Louisiana. Try to convince Carrie, let us move to Abbeville. Saw a guy doing a show on Abbeville, a little traveling show. I'm like, oh, I could live there. Nice and warm. Carrie should love it because it's warm, right? Now, that's about as far as you go with wood, but we have a little bit of resin here. So in order to get it sharp, oh, that wood is beautiful. That's going to the scope, I can tell already. My goodness. But I got a little bit of that there, and I got to shine that up. So here we go. We're going to keep going up. It doesn't hurt the wood to go higher. It just doesn't help the wood to go any higher. But it will help that that resin. Denise, this is going to be a gorgeous one. Oh my goodness, what a blank. Yeah, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. Yeah. That's one thing about weather. It keeps on changing. I don't mind the snow. I just don't want to shovel snow anymore. Like I could sit inside and watch the snow all day long, watch the Amazon and Walmart guy deliver my stuff and the DoorDash guy, girl, bring my food. But I just don't want to shovel snow anymore. Had enough. Lived in New England pretty much from 79 to 85 and then back again 87 to 91 and something like that. The troop is back. What's up, Kevin? What's that, babe? Can't hear.
What's up, peeps?
Kevin's here.
I'm back.
All right, now we're going to clean this off and we're going to wax the wood.
Like it's been an hour. My days will be supposed around 5 p.m.
That'll be lovely. That will be lovely. All right, that's all nice and cleaned off. Now we're going to dry it up. What's up, Bear? What's that, Mom? Oh, okay. Did you see the spool? That's cool. The other ones are like the mini spool. That's what gave the idea. If we wouldn't have had the mini spools, we wouldn't have had the idea for the big spools. All right, let's get us a little bit of beeswax here. Now we're just going to create some heat and get that soak in a little bit. But that's good, Trudy. You have a nice warm day to do working outside and all that kind of stuff. And then tomorrow you just cozy up in front of a black and white or a Hallmark Christmas movie and just chill on the couch. And diamond paint. Yeah, but you got to watch something. All right, this one is done. Whoo, baby. That is some pretty wood. That's going to look good in the scope, I'll tell you. Man. Okay, there's that one there. Now we take this middle one out, move it over to the little one, put the bushing on the other side. Snap that in here. I need a little more room here. What's that, babe?
Things going west are taking a long time.
Oh,
They're still in transit.
all right. Blower on. Here we go. Wood.
Bad news. No Diamond Art Club kids at my stand.
Nah, Walmart's too big for them.
Well, they have,
Seriously, Diamond Art Club couldn't keep up.
they have that Norman one.
Yeah. They're testing them probably. That's weird. The wood is acting totally different down here than up here. That's crazy. Beautiful chunk of wood, though. Okay, so this is the tip here on the right end. So we're going to shape it as though it were the tip. I'm going to treat this a little gingerly because this looks a little soft. All right, that's pretty good right there. We'll shape it from there. Still a little bit thick for my liking, but we'll use the foam block to shape that down where we want it. I'm gonna go clean this one off because I don't want to get all this black stuff in the grain of the wood. Yeah. Yep, I got this last pen I'm just finishing it up now, and then we'll put them together. And then I'm gonna go off live and have some lunch. Yeah, baby. Oh boy, I'm hungry.
Hi, my name's Kevin.
I know, Kevin. Met you before. You can. Nope, you can. You can record. You can even go live if you wanted. But that would be silly. Could be. All right, that's getting a very nice shape on it right there. I like it. That's good. Okay.
It's $20. You're gonna have a pizza for lunch.
Nope. $20, please.
Nope. People watching.
Yeah, baby. And I think I'm one of them here monitoring myself. Yeah. Ooh, this could be pretty.
If I want to record right now, I can't get it.
No, it wasn't. Oh, yeah, the game, yeah. We'll have to go recover your old one eventually. And as you can see, this beautiful wood, but there's not a whole lot of that purple left, like little lakes of purple. But that wood is going to be on fire. Oh, my goodness. Phew. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Now we're going to clean it off. And then we're going to dry it and wax it. All right. That is cleaned off. Dry whatever moisture was left on there out of the wood. All right, that's pretty good. Let's get some wax. Yeah, Christina, this one's going to be, just a gorgeous chunk of wood. I wish I could take credit for the wood, I'll tell you. But I didn't grow it. There we go. Oh, yeah, it's going to be beautiful. Just enough purple to tickle your fancy. All right, let me get rid of all. Let me shift the camera back here. What's that, baby? All right, I got to shift this back here.
What are you doing?
Putting pens together now.
Okay.
Let me get the bushings out of here.
Ooh, that's good.
Here's a bushing adapter. Bushing That goes over there. That bushing does not want to come out of there. So what I got to do is punch it out. Got to punch it out. I'll clamp it in the vise and put a punch out or knockout tool in it. Get my mallet. I use this to punch it out. Don't use metal. It's got nylon heads. That protects all the metal parts. There we go. Oop, that's the adapter. So this is a punch out tool. It's just a rod put through something skinny and clamp it and punch it out. That way it comes apart. Let me put these all back away over here. Let me get the tool to put the pens together. Put this away. Get rid of some tools here. Got to give myself some room. The key is to put your tools back where you found them. That way they're there next time you need to use them. If not, you spend hours looking around the shop for stuff. Okay, let me go wash my hands real quick to put these pens together because my hands are filthy. All right, got to wash my hands now. I'll get dust all over the inside of the pens if I don't. All right, we got most of the stuff off. That's the key. Okay, let me get the pen kits over here. Put my weight away. All right, now let's have some fun. Oh, let me put the wax away too. I'm going to get these towels put out, put the fan on them, dry them out for later lives. Put those over there, let those. It's amazing what a fan will do. Okay, let's get back over here. Ah, all right. Oh, I forgot to get my tray. Come here, Mr. Tray. I'm gonna borrow one of Carrie's trays over here. Ah. All right. Paper towels. We're going to need one of these with alcohol to wipe off the end of the pens. So we'll take that. Lay that down there. Now, let's see. We'll get this one here. This is going to be, this is the Princess kit. And that's this wooden one here. So we'll clean the ends off and we will clean out the center. Beautiful. Here we go. That's why we clean the pens off, because they're yucky. All right, put that back in there. Let's get all our parts out here. There's the Princess pen kit right there, how it goes together. Let me get rid of all these little bags.
Oh, that is look nice.
What's that, babe?
The pen case.
Yeah, it'll look fabulous.
It's got blue begins on it.
Okay, let's see. This with the center band. So we'll put this one on first. Now again, look at those gorgeous blue jewels. Goes with that purple really well.
Blue.
Or that's blue.
Yes, it's blue.
Oh, looks like
It's
purple in there.
prismatic. Dark, like a dark sapphire blue.
So if I were using the pen, the part on this side of the clip is what you're going to see when you're using the pen. So I'd want to see all this burl in here and this blue there that Carrie says is blue.
Sapphire blue.
Sapphire blue, which to me looks like purple.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
this is why I do the color.
That's right.
Oh.
Oh. Get one more lug on there. There we go. That's together now. That'll be beautiful. And then this centerpiece goes right on there. It doesn't matter how it goes on as long as it goes on. Beautiful. That's the top of the pen. That'll be gorgeous. And then the bottom of the pen. Let's see. Here's the coupler. That goes up there to the top. That's the center. Yep. Ooh, that fits like a glove. Man, that's a nice match. I don't know who turned that pen, but they did a precision job. Carrie's like, what's that? Oh my gosh. She says, talking about yourself? Well, who else turned the pen? Okay, there's my spring. And there's that there. Yeah. We told Denise one day I was doing color. She almost fell off her chair. Everybody has their strengths. Okay, tighten that in there. And there's the mechanism. Oh, it's just a beautiful recess. Oh, I love it. Okay. And then this, what I do here is I'm going to match up that blue to be with that. Now it is retracted. So laying on your desk, look at that blue flows right into that. That was exactly how the blank laid out. Got the same wood matching up and everything. Very cool. And then when you turn the pen on, you're going to see this gorgeous wood. And we'll look at that under the microscope in a second. But the chatoyance in here is just freaking awesome. Okay, there's one. We'll put that over there. There's the Big Ben there. Big Bens I can almost put together with my eyes closed. Because I have done a lot of Big Bens. And that was the Princess Pen Chrome with blue crystals. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. And I think this the Big Ben or the Majestic, the Grand Gatsby that I like the most. Those are to me, with the best looking style of pen for my particular liking. That don't want to come out of there today. You're going to be losing your bag there, buddy. There we go. Yeah, much easier to just cut them off. Got to get that as part of my muscle memory. Okay, there's all the pieces and the parts. Put them over to that side there. We know that this is the top right here. So first of all, we got to clean all these guys up. So we'll throw a little alcohol out on the cleaner there. And we'll wipe it down first. And then we'll brush it out in the middle.
There's the other pen. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Okay, so there's that one. What do you want to do? Touch it? It's beautiful.
Ooh, see, this is the side you want to sew up. Look how pretty.
Well, right now I'm not showing it. I'm
I know. Well,
just laying it there for a minute.
People are looking at. You gotta merchandise, Tim.
Got to merchandise, Tim. All right, that baby is clean. All right, so there's that one laying there. So we know this is the top. This is going to go right on there. And again, what do you want to look at? I want to look at, man, it's all pretty. I'm thinking I want to look at, whew, that's a hard decision. That one looks good all the way around. Okay, right there. That's what we'll do. There we go. And then get those Big Ben guys out there. That's the upper tube. Then this goes on the other part of the upper tube. And it doesn't matter what direction it goes on.
Ooh, fancy.
Pretty, isn't it?
I got a picture.
Okay, this one here. Beautiful. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Doesn't matter how we put this bottom one together as far as orientation of the blank, because we're going to line this up with the other part of it. All right, so there's that and there's that. Now we got to take that tip off of there, put our spring on in the correct direction, put that in there, screw that down on there. Ah, beautiful. Oh, I love it. Turned in a precision manner. Love it. Nice. Okay, now we're going to put this together. And what do I want to see? So right now the pen is closed. Right there. Boom. Now, when you open your pen, oh, you got gorgeousness all around. When you're writing with your pen, you'll see the sparkles of like light blue, I think, or violet and purple. All right, let's check these out. Hey, Cindy. How you doing? All right, let's go to the microscope while you guys are switching over to the microscope. Even the mic went away. Okay, I wanted to go to the microscope. It doesn't like the microscope. What the heck? I don't know why it keeps turning everything off. Okay, I don't have to figure out the USB thing. But anyway, we got this nice thing here, and we can focus in on this. We got internet. There we go. Look at that. Oops. So I guess we got to keep something behind it here to focus in on. There we go. Beautiful pan. I see this up close, like in the microscope, but USB ain't playing right now. I probably have to reboot or something. And look at this one here. Let me actually put that surface against there. Now I got to get that microscope working. Got to see the chatoyance in that sucker. Let's see. It's going to be better in the microscope. The microscope flashes and then goes off. Let me unplug it and plug it in again. I'll unplug it. It knows it's there. Plugging it in. Okay, so that'll take us over to the lathe. We know that one works. Ah, here we go. Just had to plug it in, plug it out. So here's the tip. Got my dusty fingers all over it. Let me get that dialed into that thing, that right height. Ooh, look at that. Now, as we spin this baby around, look at that chatoyance right in there. Look at those jewels. Now, look at this piece here. This is the nice one. Of course, we got jewels all the way to the top on this clip. That's very nice. That was fun. Now, let's go to the Big Ben. Here's the Big Ben. See that little flash of violet in there? Isn't that cool? Keep it clean with my dirty fingers there, pretty hard. All right. And that will end this live. It's been fun. We've been here about almost 4 hours. It's been exciting. We shall see you all tonight, and we'll see you around. Everybody have a good afternoon. And, oh, I got to set the outro video. Where's the outro? There it is. Kevin took it off when he does his video. See you around, everybody. Bye-bye.